Two people struggled hard to turn a rusty valve underwater. Their oxygen tanks were almost empty, but the valve didn't budge at all. Luckily, after giving everything they had, they finally managed to loosen it. But just then, a strange noise came from behind. When they turned around, they almost had a heart attack. A giant electric eel, over 100 meters long, was charging straight at them. If it touched them, they'd be fried instantly. They quickly sped up their movements, barely ducking out of the way in time. But the danger was far from over. They hurried even faster to open the hatch, and sure enough, the eel made another swift turn. Thankfully, the hatch opened just in time. With the eel closing in fast, they dove into the submarine, narrowly escaping death. Turns out, this was an old, abandoned submarine. Tom hit the drainage switch, and water quickly drained out, allowing them to breathe freely again. But to escape the ocean floor, they had to restart the submarine. They rushed into the control room, and Johnson hit the startup button. Surprisingly, the old sub actually started. Unfortunately, it only ran for about 2 or 3 seconds before the engine died from a lack of power. They would need at least 1,000 watts of electricity to restart it. Suddenly, a bright flash appeared outside the window. Johnson instantly got an idea. He decided to use the electric eel to recharge the submarine. Johnson connected one end of a cable to the battery and tied the other end to a harpoon. After putting on diving gear, he stood at the bow, ready to harness the eel's electric power. Tom flashed a flashlight to provoke the eel, which immediately charged at them. Johnson timed it perfectly and threw the harpoon. The eel twisted in pain, sending over 1,000 watts of electricity straight into the battery, bringing the centuries-old submarine back to life. Meanwhile, Sarah and the others had finally reached the cliff's edge. Before they could spot Johnson, the entire coastline began violently shaking. A distant ancient city was instantly submerged by the rising sea. The entire island looked like it was facing the apocalypse. The intense shaking tossed the three into the ocean. Just as they thought it was the end, a bizarre-looking submarine suddenly emerged from underwater. The hatch opened, sucking them safely inside, but they weren't out of danger yet. With huge rocks continuously falling ahead, Johnson carefully maneuvered the submarine around them. Seeing a giant boulder about to block their path, Johnson quickly handed control over to Nick. He picked up a missile and loaded it into the launch tube. With a huge explosion, the massive rock shattered into pieces. Finally, they were truly safe. As the submarine safely entered the Pacific Ocean, their thrilling adventure finally came to an end. Tom even won Sarah's heart, and they lived happily ever after.